yeah, let's get into our recaps. Tonight we'll start off with Nisha. If you don't mind kicking off our recaps.
Uh, Pass.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, we'll just roll again. Instead, tonight, Dimitri, because of the fates rolled their dice, and once again, you'll kick us off.
Yeah, so last session we went into that like under the cave under the lake. And we each had to, say we had to try and stop these four little fountains from crying. So each of us had to say, something that we were regretful for or sad about or and then we had to take a drink from one, and then we all fell asleep and had to dream. And then we fought the water weirds in the not really water. It was only water if the water weirds were hitting us or touching us. And it was that was an interesting fight. I liked it. Yeah, and then we each, it was a quick way to find out about a little bit about Serva. Uh, before because we had just met him. And yeah, he found out some about us, having just met us. And then yeah, it was an interesting role play challenge that was different, and I really.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun kind of hearing and seeing what you all revealed to one another. I thought it was a really strong moment and an interesting one for Serva to kind of introduce herself and get acquainted to you guys. I thought she did great too. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration, and we'll see you next. Next will be Elward, if you don't mind continuing our recaps.
Hey, so yeah, it was interesting interacting and doing these quests for in terms of Mother Night. It's not every day that like you actually get to meet your deity or meet this thing that gives you power. So yeah, I'm sure that was an interesting experience for Windrow. Myself, much like real life, try not to dabble too much in religion. It's a little touchy subject for me. But yeah, it's really awesome to see when like warlocks or clerics, where you get to finally interact with this thing that you have so much faith uh, or a partnership with and share powers with, to be able to share that experience. Yeah, and it was definitely a cool experience. And yeah, I can't wait to see what it does to Winrow and what it does to her psyche and uh, what she's gonna do with that chalice. Might be an interesting subject. And yeah, I can't wait to see how things unfold. And we also learned that apparently Strahd has the power to mess up deities, so that's also something to fear about Strahd, that he could put deities under this kind of anguish.
Yeah, how terrifying is that? Strahd's taken down Mordekainen, the most legendary mage of all, and this deity. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is definitely an interesting topic that has a mixed bag of opinions all around it, but yeah, I thought it was kind of neat to get to interact with the deity too. There must always often some other plane, and you just like it's always kind of very abstract and weird. But I liked how present this one was. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration, and we'll see you next. Next will be Winrel. Yeah, I think. Do you mind continuing our recaps?
Oh, pushed the wrong button. I left the
Whoops.
time 1 of 5. Okay, so I think apparently I blacked out for most of the session because I kind of forgot a lot of what people were just saying. But I guess a big thing last session was Winrell's hesitation to go into the lake in general, and Elward was less than pleased about Winrell's hesitation, but her fancy new cloak forced her to go into the lake, and it seemingly all's well that ends well after the whole experience. But it wasn't quite what Winrell expected it to be, so that's interesting. And yeah, I think as mentioned, we'll see what Winrell really decides to do with the chalice and the water and everything.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. I am still kind of curious as to how that'll play out and necessarily why Winrell was kind of fearful of this pond and what it held and how she's going to react to this whole scenario. I was really excited about kind of finally tying Mother Night to Winrell because of something that I was even planning with Alucard, because maybe it kind of indicated a little bit the connection to the Fae all kind of being wrapped into this. Um, wouldn't have been quite as meaningful for Alucard, but part of the story she would have faced as well. But yeah, they're definitely interesting. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration. And next we'll have Serva, if you don't mind, maybe wrapping up our recaps, but if Nisha is ready by the time that you're done, we'll have her as well. Serva, do you mind continuing our recaps?
Yeah, I gotta say, it's definitely a fun way to introduce myself. Didn't expect to get put on by the magic fountains, but hey, good to adapt to that. Very fun to just test out. It was very interesting to meet everyone again, I'd say. It was also cool to see Winrow getting decked out. She's gotten a lot of different stuff, but definitely I'm looking forward to see what's done with the chalice and seeing the robe in action as well. But last session was pretty fun. I don't remember too much distinctly happening other than us passing the trial and just getting the chalice. It seems like we're going to Argus Volt next, but we do different things usually on the way there. So I'm sure we'll either go straight there or something will catch us on the way. But it looks like we're on the move again at least, so it's exciting to get on out there again.
Indeed, it feels like we're finally going to depart with Krezk, and with a few friends too. It sounds like we've convinced Rictavio and Casimir to go along with us as we're about to take a loop of destinations. Thank you, and definitely, Serva, I think had a warm welcome to the party. Go ahead and take your inspiration. Is Nisha able to give a recap, or do we?
Yeah. I was able to extract myself from the kid.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go. Cursor going last as always. Let's see. Anything interesting that anyone didn't say? Yeah, really enjoyed the roleplay kind of puzzle quest of the underneath. I think it's interesting the collection. I think when Rel is wearing the lion's share of the magical items now, if I'm not mistaken, with the cloak and all, cloak and shield, I think. So I wonder. I'm curious to see how that affects her in combat, or if she comes to pick her target, or if that affects any sort of like non just combat focused role play elements of the gameplay. The cloak, kind of pulling a Doctor Strange on her was pretty funny. Looking forward to seeing how that plays out additionally. And something about the. I think we almost lost. I guess no one went unconscious, but I thought that Serva or Dimitri got kind of pulled out into the water by the water spray by the water tentacles or elementals, whatever they were, kind of during the combat with the giant demigoddess figurine or statue of Mother Night. So that was an interesting interaction in what seemed to be maybe like the home temple, and kind of bestowing upon her the very kind of iconical like chalice or what's it called, Holy Grail, so to speak. And yes, also interested to see what's going on with that. We have one of the two uh, people coming with us is Nisia's brother, so potentially more interesting things coming out there after what was learned down below with regards to the guilt feeling with uh, kind of the stuff going on with her and Strahd, and then obviously with her sister Katrina. So
Yeah, I found it fascinating that every single one of you were so open, and maybe you're feeding on each other's openness too. No one tried to lie, and lying would have been a very heavy consequence in that situation. But you all were very open, and it it was it was very compelling to listen to. And I agree. I think the magic item situation is interesting. I mean, we've been kind of cautious to use certain items. I don't think anyone's touched the Scarlet Scourge, that bone whip thing, and the death knell hasn't been touched since Jensen as well. So it seems like a few of the items we're like hesitant to use, and it seems like they all come at a bit of a cost. And we'll see what Mother Night's gifts will cost in the end as well.
Oh
But
boy, I'm on to number two. Well, I think a big factor is that like the party can't use. So like the sword we just got isn't great for anybody, and the death knell isn't great for anybody currently in the party. And then I think the bone whip was just clearly a bad idea.
yeah. What item looks more cursed than that blood bone whip?
A quick question: is the shield have to be attuned?
I don't believe either item has to be attuned. Let me just double check.
Yeah, I think just the robe. I
The
believe,
robe
but I
definitely
just
has to
wanted
be
to.
attuned. Yeah. No, neither one requires attunement. The +1 shield, put the moon touch sword +1, longsword, and the moon touch shield +1 are both do not require attunement, but the robe of stars does. Thank you, Anisha. Go ahead and take your inspiration as well. Everyone should have a usage of inspiration, and we'll move right into it. Indeed, yes. Serva got began to drown a bit, but she was very easily outlasted the little bit of panic that incurred. Very high constitution. Indeed. So as we emerge from the pond, dripping wet, we still feel a bit of life kind of imbued into us. Those that were hurt, you feel your wounds kind of heal up as you come out of the shrine of the White Sun Pond. The gazebo itself seems to be sinking deeper and deeper into the pond. And in fact, as you take a few steps out of the pond, you see it collapse and fall into the pool itself, as if it's aged beyond years. And we find ourselves at the edge of this pond with a new treasure in hand. Stories in your hands, guys.
All right. Well, I think we should at least try and make our way out of town now, before the abbot decides that he wants this.
Ugh, it is been a long time since we really rested. Perhaps we could camp somewhere nearby the exit.
What time of day is it, Lennon? Right
We spent the morning at the Abbey, and then so then we spent midday. It's pushing afternoon.
Yes. Well, yeah, we don't have to travel very far, but at least far enough away. Just get out of town because the abbot still wants that robe for Strahd, and I'd rather not be here if he finds out we have it.
Yes, I agree. Let's just make resting a priority at some point.
And if no one's opposed, we gather up Casimir and Octavio or Rudolph on our way. The Baron and the Baroness are hard at work, like most of the rest of the people in Krezk, but they do take the time to bid you farewell and good luck, and that you're always welcome back in the small town of Krezk if you so choose. We have a bit of time to travel. Do you guys want like breakneck pace, or just move at a normal pace? And are we moving along the path, the road, the old Svalich road?
I mean, my vote's for normal, and I mean, we were going to take the road to Argenvost Holt. So, I mean, that's my.
I vote regular speed. I'm okay off path if that's what we.
I think my Navi token got deleted. Ah. Hey, that works. That was just one on the internet through the search bar. That's cool. That looks pretty nice. Alright. Alright, so normal pace, just along the path.
Yeah.
We can make it a few hexes along. As we make it to here. Actually, Elward, do you mind rolling a d20 for random encounters? Since we're headed to Argenvestholt. Haven't got to do this in a while. Oh, no! I just never planned for this. I'm always like, random encounters are not going to happen, and then when I do plan for them, it's like, they never do happen. Oh, we've not long rested yet. It's daytime, so go ahead and roll a d12 plus a d8 for me, Elward. Okay. Okay, that's cool. This is how I'm gonna play that out. Roll a d100 for me as well, Elward. Sorry, make you roll so many. Oh my goodness. As we're kind of going along the old Svalich road, the mist feels thick and heavy. You hear the howling and the baying of a pack of wolves kind of hunting nearby. In fact, they get so brazen as they approach your own pack of adventurers. They kind of sniff at the air as a few break through the tree line. They stand at the edge of the woods. They look at you. One of them appears to have something in their mouth. It kind of strolls out tenderly, a bit cautiously, and then its head kind of bowed a bit, How do you all react? The one with a bit of thing in its mouth.
Oh, I'll approach and change halfway.
As you do so, it seems to give a howl, call, as if like it's a power word, like a animal power word, essentially like maybe you could understand if you speak Druidic.
Nope.
Perhaps you could just kind of your instincts kick in, and it's something like, "Is the hunt good?" Something it's asking. It's not like actually a real question. It's more like a hello call for an animal.
I'll nod.
Then this wolf with something in its mouth kind of approaches and drops it at your feet, and then does another howl, bay this time, and then runs off into the woods. As you look at the thing on the ground that it dropped, it's a small necklace. It looks totally unfamiliar to you. There's a bit of kind of baubles on it, and be a pearl, a small pearl, uh, but it doesn't look familiar to you at all, Winrel.
Hmm. I'll change back and go to pick it up.
Yeah, a little small necklace. Looks like a young girl would probably wear it. A young, kind of a toddler girl.
I'll uh, I'll hand it to Dimitri.
Dimitri, as you look it over, it's completely unrecognizable to you. You've never seen this thing before. It looks like a small trinket of sorts. Uh, as a merchant, you would know that it holds pretty much no valuable. Perhaps a child made it like a craft fair or something.
Did I know it's a long shot, but did Serena ever? I mean, I know she mentioned that her necklace. Did she say hers was a necklace or a locket? Does
It
this look
was
like it's a?
it was a locket.
Does this look like a locket? Like, does it have a locket part?
It does not. And whether or not Elward shared it, he would have seen as they approached Vasily and Serena, he would have seen Vasily hand over a locket to Serena before lowering her into the water.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Does it have any like markings or writing or anything on it? Like anything?
Is anyone else looking at it? Is like the rest of the party kind of gathering close, kind of eyeing this thing?
Are the wolves still there?
No, they ran off into the woods.
Okay.
Only if someone shows me or asks me. But I'm not too good on jewelry. I can investigate it if
As you
people want me to.
yeah, maybe they kind of show it up, and as it's puzzling Dimitri and Winrel a bit, you notice this L word, and it immediately strikes a nostalgic memory, a deep seated memory for you. It's a necklace that Ada wore all throughout her childhood. In fact, she had it on her person the day that she died.
Well, uh, Howard's puppets fall to the floor and Howard goes on all fours and starts throwing up.
Is does he normally do that?
Um, no, not normally.
I'm gonna go over and be like, Elward, you all right? Or
This place is testing my humanity.
all right, all right. Here, let's I'm just gonna stand by him, just wave the rest of the guys. It's like I'll make sure he's fine.
Did the wolf present this to Winrel? Like dropped it and like backed away kind of?
Exactly, yeah. You got the sense that there was probably about 12 to 15 wolves in the woods. But only one stepped out and presented this necklace, and kind of after receiving the kind of the fellow the nod, recognizing a fellow wolf, dropped it.
Winrel will walk over to um, the vomiting L word. I take it you know this piece. Sorry, speaking as Winrel.
No, I never seen it before.
Winrel, insight check.
Yeah, as Winrel kind of looks over Elward a bit, and just from seeing a visceral reaction, can tell that this definitely means something to Elward.
Uh, um, Winrel will just kind of mutter under her breath that I'm not looking for a fight. I'm not looking for a fight. We're in no condition to. But it sounds like we should. So, jeez. I feel bad because I feel like Rebecca's going to be right back and she's going to say like, no, that's not what I would have done. Let's see, have her walk over, kind of like back over to the wolf. Uh, is she still in wolf form, or did she change back to human forms?
She changed back. At least I'm pretty sure she did.
The Ada puppet would stand back up and want to go over to Winrow and extend her hand.
How does Winrel react to Ada Puppet offering the hand?
I don't know. I'm gonna plead the fifth here for a second, and just I'm gonna hope that Rebecca comes back in another minute.
Okay. Perhaps I can withstand some more scorn if I play her a bit wrong, but I'll make some guesstimates. Um, uh, Maybe Will kind of offers it over. Hmm. If it be your business, then it be your business. But why is it with the wolves? And she'll hand it over.
Uh, Ada puppet will walk over to Elward and embrace him, and both will remain quiet.
As this lost relic is returned to Ada and Elward, under very conspicuous circumstances, we can take our long rest. Nisha, do you mind rolling a d20 for our nighttime random encounters?
Sure.
Uh, Elward, do you want to kind of um, I guess check out this necklace, like spend some time kind of holding on to the necklace, embracing the necklace, or letting Ada do so? Oh no, we're gonna have all the random encounters tonight. Oh, okay, actually, I had a set one for
Yeah,
this one.
I was stare at it longingly, and I'll be taking a watch, but it'll be a very bad watch. I think I'm
Indeed.
gonna auto fail my watch.
Okay. Yeah, I need a 1, 2, 3, and 4. Uh, um, Casimir is going to automatically take watch with Nisha, and Rudolph will take watch with Dimitri. Okay, so it looks like 4 will be Nisha and Casimir. Ooh, and it's going to be on their turn. Um, Elward, you notice on your watch as you're kind of spending some time with uh, uh, this necklace and this what it means to you and your sister. You realize that some power, some of the care and the love that your sister had for this item kind of oozed itself into the essence of it, and whatever magic worked its way to your hands back applied it as well. This necklace works as if it's an amulet of protection, so like a ring of protection, but it is also comes at a consequence. You feel the pain, the loss of your sister even more present. So you have disadvantage on charisma ability checks, but it is also a +1 to your AC. All things are blessings and curses. If you so choose to use it, that's the mechanics of it.
I'll be using it.
So for the random encounter, I did not expect it to happen this quick, but here's what's gonna happen.
Cool map.
I like this one. Its variations are super cool too.
Damn it. It's very jungly, but I'm already.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be like pine trees, like in fir trees and stuff like that, and very rocky. But everyone's asleep except Nisha and Casimir, as or resting in trance or etc. Kind of your different things. But Nisha and Casimir, I'll just roll this. I'll just roll versus your passive perception.
We're screwed. My passive is real bad. Who let me be on watch?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, I rolled an 18.
Yeah, I'm 9.
Casimir's is not high enough either. I don't think. No, he has a passive of 14.
Oh no.
As as you're kind of on watch, I don't. How would you react with your brother? Do you think he'd make small talk? Or are you guys fairly stony, or how are you behaving with Casimir? He seems. You kind of get the idea that he's a bit upset at what's happening and that fretful. And you would notice that he seems to be mumbling himself about like apologies towards Patrina and that he'll bring her back soon enough.
Yeah. I would. It's been a little while, so I would probably be making some amount of strange small talk.
Okay.
Speak your mind, brother.
I do wish that we would go to the temple. Uh, our sister has waited long enough. She must be avenged. More than that. returned. The temple has the answers. The key in the temple.
We will be along shortly. We've tried doing this by ourselves before, and look where that got me. I've already paid this price once, as well as Petrina. Do not rush, do not rush the order of things. You are here as my guest, and my patience is wearing thin.
Mutilation curses us all. And he kind of pushes his hood back, and you see that his ears have been cut off, and as well as his face kind of scarred and marked quite a bit. Yeah, I know that it is not what you suffer, but I will be more understanding. We shall find the answers that we seek only in the temple.
So we shall. In due time, brother. Vengeance is something that cannot be rushed.
As you're talking with Casimir, a hooded figure creeps out into your campfire light. Peace, peace, I do not bring any harm. And you see the cat mongrel folk, Siegfried, kind of crawling up the cliffside right up next to your camp. And you also see Otto, the dog one, crawling up to the south. Sorry to creep up on you like this, but you've tricked Siegfried, you've tricked Otto, you've tricked the abbot. I come to offer peace, and this is the last chance you will have. The gift that the abbot wished for, it has been taken. What have you done with it?
We know nothing of this gift. We were not able to retrieve it.
Ah, you lie. You lie like you did before, your friends. The abbot has told me so.
I would like to. Oh, was it? I thought he was after the robe, not the shield.
Yeah, they're after the robe.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I figure in roughly the cover, even though Winter's wearing it, I figure like roughly in the cover of night that like it would be more conspicuous than a shield, giant shining shield. Um, so during this converse, I would like to subtly cast. I'd like to subtly cast suggestion on him. Do I have any spell slots? Yes, I have spell slots. Thank God. Um, can I subtly cast suggestion on him?
Yeah, go for it. And let me give you a save. He's
Balls.
he as he kind of sees the magic go off, and he kind of feels his head go a bit fuzzy. Ah, mm, do not try any more tricks. I've come to offer peace. Do not make us get violent. And you kind of you see Otto kind of growl his teeth a bit and bear. Oof, oof. No, no, bad, bad.
We are not here to make enemies, but we do not have that which you seek. So if you consider yourself friends, you should leave. Otherwise, you will be our enemy.
Yeah, I just Siegfried offers peace. He likes you. He likes you, friends. But Abbott says you evildoers. Please, please don't make Siegfried go get family. Family is many. They will eat their hunger.
I know a little something about the family expectations, I'll kind of like look very sharply at Casimir.
You monster, if you come near me, I will blast you, and you will never know another light of day. Casimir very aggressively threatens Siegfried. Siegfried kind of bares his teeth and does that cat howl.
All right, probably during the howls when I would probably start trying to like start kicking people to wake them up.
Sure, yeah, people can start
Hey,
waking up.
yeah, I'm not sure how loud the howl is, but I figured maybe they would also start hearing it at that point in time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, some enough conversation and kind of the noise being made by Otto and Siegfried and Casimir would definitely wake up the rest of the crew.
What is this?
What?
They are looking for the gift promised to the abbot that we do not, and they are
What?
threatening our lives for it on behalf of the abbot.
Oof, oof, bad, bad, oof, bad, bad, bad. Otto, we tried for peace. You lies to us. We wish to bring gift back to the abbot. The abbot says you are evildoers, but Siegfried received gift. He thinks otherwise. Please, give us back the gift, and we shall leave you alone.
I don't.
Well,
I don't really know what gift they're talking about.
Yes, there was. We didn't actually find anything in there. There was nothing in the sarcophagus.
Yeah, the abbot cannot lie. He is holy. He is from above, divine, and he says you have taken it.
Well, he's not. He's not lying. He thought there was something in there, but we went in and we opened up the sarcophagus, and there was nothing in there. That's not him lying. That's him saying. He just thought there was because that is the information that he had on.
You talk, you talk in circles. This, this beyond point. Abbot says you have this gift. You take it. You tell Siegfried you don't have, but Abbot says you have. Please, we want peace, not death.
Yes, we would like peace too, and we're telling you that we didn't find anything. There was nothing in.
Give me a persuasion check or deception, either one. Yeah, deception will probably be better.
I am okay. Not proficient in that. So I will use my inspiration.
Cool, you have advantage. He's not like the brightest. Oh,
Oh my
oh
god!
no.
Good
I,
job, inspiration. Thanks.
I was not gonna. The DC was gonna be like 12. Um, as you kind of, as Siegfried looks at you, uh, uh, the abbot was right. Uh, you kind, but you liar. This is last chance. Please. Siegfried does not wish to get Mishka. Mishka is very hungry. So is Marvina. Marvina sucks blood. She will drink you dry. But Zigra does not want this. He likes friends wet and fully alive, not dry and dead.
over the table, not saying it out loud, but has Winrel used the sword at all, or is it just the shield?
No, because it's a martial weapon, and I'm not proficient.
I'll turn to Winrel and I guess kind of say, well, we tried. I suppose you best give him the sword we.
Yes. I was very attached to this, it being moonlight and all. And I'll like throw it so that it like sticks into the ground in between the two of us.
Between you and Siegfried?
Yes.
He'll cautiously kind of step up to it and look at it as it shines in the light of the night. This is very nice. I see why it's a gift. Thank you, friends. Thank you. The Belleviews, they owe you. The abbot would be very angry. He pulls the sword out and moves towards Otto. Best wishes to you, friends. We shall return now. And you hear him give out a call, and you kind of see breaking from the woods these just tons of these mongrel folk, kind of in chain, being held like led by leashes, chain leashes, by these monstrosities of sorts, flesh golems. Essentially, a huge batch of them that would have been within sight.
Oh, geez.
And they'll move off as they walk away with the longsword. And as you kind of get out of like just before earshot, Siegfried, you kind of hear Siegfried muttering to Otto, "That's a good boy. We'll put on the maid costume and dance when we get back to celebrate." And that's that.
Guess the abbot really wanted that sword, huh? Is there a reason why?
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll make sure that like they're out of earshot, like they go away some more, and well, that's not actually the item, but we don't want the abbot giving Strahd the actual item. Where Strahd's powerful enough. If this item that we do have gets into his hands, we're afraid what he will do with it. But this sword will buy a good amount of time. The abbot did. I'm not sure if the abbot knows what was actually in the tube.
Well, I respect that. Clever on you, but guess we just got to keep an eye out for them again, because next time we see them, they'll probably know.
I feel like next time we see them, it's not going to be any talk.
But hey, I got your back with that.
Excellent. So we can finish up our long rest. Everyone can take 450 XP for the two encounters, 50 for the first one and 400 for the second one. But yeah, long rest and benefit from all that. Any level ups or etceteras, all your stuff back. And on the next day, Winrel, we'll go back to Winrel, if you don't mind rolling a d20 for our daytime random encounters. Cool. Yeah, no encounters today.
Well, sorry you had to give the sword away, Winrel, but I feel it was the only thing that we could actually lose that would make them believe that's what we find.
Oh, it's no bother. Honestly, I don't mind giving up the robe, but we don't really know what potentially Strahd could do with it.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about, is what Strahd will do.
As we come to kind of a full day's travel, we pass across the Raven River crossing. You actually see a guard or two from Krezk, kind of hanging out here, kind of repairing, making repairs, and kind of salvaging what they can. Then, as you kind of pass through, it sounds like they're headed back to Krezk soon enough to kind of report what's going on. But they kind of wave and smile at you. But as you come to this crossroads, you see a beautiful black carriage with large black horses drawn up. It's riderless, and there's not a driver as well. The door's open, a gas lantern kind of hanging at the door. It's very inviting. A bit of music kind of careening off of it, somewhere coming from within the carriage. This is what it looks like, and the carriage itself looks like it's drawn towards the east, back towards Vallaki, back towards Barovia, as well as Castle Ravenloft. That's the art. As always, I'd recommend clicking on the magnifying glass, kind of get the full effect of what this looks like. It looks like it's set to fit four. But just people could ride on the horses. But you don't have to ride it by any means. You do know that it's getting late, that it's about time to rest, and this carriage, for some random reason, is sitting here waiting.
Hmm.
Is tonight the night of the dinner?
You're 3 days off.
Friends of yours?
Never seen it before.
Hmm. Probably best to leave it alone then, huh?
Are
Yes,
we three? Are we 3 days travel from the castle?
You haven't actually made the trek to Castle Ravenloft yet, but you do have the map. Maybe you kind of collectively use your survival skills and map cartography skills, but it looks like if you rode day and night by horse, like if you went by a fast pace, you could make it to Castle Ravenloft just in time for the dinner.
I think we should just leave that be.
Certainly seems to be an invitation.
Hmm. Well, just to double check, and I want to use my divine sense on this, just like on the carriage.
Um, does it tell you if like undead are nearby, or if it's something is of hollowed or?
It says undead, fiends, celestials.
Ooh, uh, uh, yeah, undead are within 60 feet of you.
Is it like? Is it just more than the carriage? Oh well.
No, 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 no. You feel that only two undead within 60 feet.
Gotcha.
Only
Hmm.
two.
Well, I get the feeling those horses aren't alive from a little bit of a natural intuition, you could say, and that something is controlling them, so might be our best bet to avoid them.
And you also get the sense that everywhere is desecrated, but you're probably a bit used to this, being from Barovia.
Hmm.
But yeah, she probably hasn't been anywhere that's been hollowed yet, because she hasn't been in the church in the St. Andrew's Church since the bones have returned or anything like that. So pretty much everywhere feels desecrated to you.
So I kind of just relay that to everyone. But, so I do think we should probably avoid this. Whether it be, after all, we've got a set goal. No point in getting off track, right?
Yes, agreed.
Agreed. Best leave it alone.
Happy Jack puppet pops out. He squeaks his nose. Maybe we should leave a stink bomb. I heard that Ada's under the weather, so I'll be in charge for today.
Perhaps we shouldn't add insult to injury.
Wait, those things have their own minds aside from Elward? That's not just Elward talking out of it?
I guess not.
No matter what it is, you guys are talking to inanimate objects. So who's the clowns now? But anyway, maybe we should say that we're not coming. I'd be upset if someone made plans and didn't come.
I was thinking the same thing. Is it more of a slap in the face if we leave a gift in the carriage?
Like a stink bomb?
No, not a stink bomb.
Whoopee cushion?
Not that either. I think if we wrote a note that we regret that we're not going to be able to make the dinner invitation.
Well, the other thing is, I don't think everyone could fit in the carriage anyway. Though they might just send a bigger carriage if we write that.
I think the note just saying that we regret to inform him that we will be unable to make the dinner reservations as we've had some things come up that we've had to take.
Ooh, tell him that. Oh no, I think he'll probably know wherever we are. What a creep. I was gonna say we lied, but he probably knows where we are right now. And always. He probably
Yes, I
even sees us when we
imagine.
pee.
Yes, I imagine the carriage being here is a bit of a hint that he knows where we are.
He probably watches us when we pee.
Can a puppet even be?
Would you like to see?
Not really.
Offers always on the table.
So, do we do anything with this carriage, or do we just buckle down for the night to rest?
What if we say that we've been delayed on a mission to help the abbot with a special gift he's making for Strahd?
Unlike the little kitty cat, he'll probably know what we're doing anyway. Lying to him will probably be a slap to the face. He's probably watching us right now.
Well,
with his creepy eyes.
It's only kind of a lie.
I mean, we could say something about that, yes? Helping the abbot with a surprise for him? Surprise for Strahd?
I mean, it could potentially kill two birds with one stone, right? I mean, maybe Strahd will take care of the abbot for us. Seeing as we're probably not going to be friends in about, half a day.
We don't have much friends to begin with.
Rudolph looks over at you all. You have a friend in me. I'm trekking into this wilderness for a purposeless mission, just because I like you all. But
Except for him.
if it comes that it happens to be fruitful, then I'll agree that I was mistaken.
It may be a mistake, but, we have to, I guess, search every avenue. Many have tried, so we need to find some way to succeed where people have failed. But yes, we're still doing the temple. It's just a small detour. And we appreciate that you are coming along with us.
All in good time, all in good time. Maybe at the end of all this, I'll take that idea that noble from the village of Baroiva had. The warm pie does sound quite nice. I could definitely go for a bit of pie.
You should probably avoid the pie that one lady.
Probably just no pie in Barovia is probably a good guidance.
Maybe Casimir kind of stays close to Anisha. You hear him like mutter under his breath. Bones and blood. It is not good.
It's good when they're inside you.
All right, I'm just going to leave him a small little letter that we regret to inform him that we will be unable to attend his dinner party. That we got caught up helping the abbot for with a surprise for. So I'll legit write the note.
All right. As we leave a negative RSCP, as we decline to attend, and the carriage, we can bed down for a rest. Dimitri, do you mind rolling a d20 for our nighttime random encounters? Cool. No random encounters will happen. A few hours into kind of maybe the first watch, the carriage begins to stride off into the distance towards the east. Just out of nowhere, the horses begin to move, and they move perfectly along the path. But they do ride off. Other than that, we have a long rest. It's a good night's sleep. Wake up. Nothing's changed except the carriage is gone. We continue our trek towards Argynvostholt. Serva, will you roll a d20 for our daytime random encounters? I'm so sorry. Actually, something did happen last night. We'll just roll to see. So, yeah, Serva, during your watch, whichever watch it happened to be, you hear just this awful call, a roar, almost as if the night is pealing of peal of thunder, kind of rumbling across your campsite. You kind of look up to see. You weren't expecting rain. The weather had no indication of such a thing. But you look up and you see the shadow of a great winged beast kind of flying just above the mist. You don't get a good sight of it, but it looks to be gargantuan, a massive creature. And then it flies beyond your vision. You see the outline only for a moment or two, and then it's gone.
Hell, that's a story to tell. And she'll just resume going back to her watch.
Cool. The daytime encounters, nothing happens during the day, so we'll do this one just fine. And we take the crossroads to the south, towards Argynvostel. We see like a signpost that points towards the manor. We're able to make it to about here today. Rayquaza. You saw a legendary Pokemon. Tonight will be Elward, if you don't mind rolling a d20 for our random counters tonight. Cool, another night without random encounters. So we're going to move on the next day. Today is the night of the dinner, if we attended. It's approaching nightfall. Kind of gets a bit darker in this twilighty place, but high above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchre mansion, its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture, standing out as the tallest peak of this structure. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods below, but the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long dead thing smote upon the mountainside. Serva, you would be able to tell them that this is the remains of the Argynvostel mansion.
Well, we're here. Don't be afraid to take your shoes off.
You should see yourself on the map. As you kind of approach the mansion, it's quite late. It's kind of the beginning of night. So not quite late, but it's like you wouldn't really want to travel any further. It is nighttime. It's like 7 to 7 p.m. our time kind of state of night. But as we approach the manor Argynvostholt, we do see that the southern side of it seems to be the collapsed side, but the northern side and central side is intact. So this map is positioned correctly by the cardinal directions. Up is north and so on. But as you do approach, you see perched atop a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of a dragon, its wings tucked close to its body. The statue looks east toward the mansion. And I have some art for you. Argynvostholt. You can kind of see where it's collapsed and where it's still intact, as well as the statue. And some ravens fluttering above, apparently. Oh, that art is incorrect. That dragon should be looking towards the mansion. That happens sometimes.
I think they do it just so you can see the detail of it instead of just seeing the ass of the dragon.
Yeah.
Everyone, quick, picture a dragon ass.
Hmm.
We don't see any like movement of.
You see, you can give me a perception check, sure. As you kind of look out across the manor, there appears to be almost no movement at all. Maybe you kind of see a sparkle of light upon the upper floors, maybe on the third floor and the second floor. But kind of as just a figment of your imagination, you see like a speck of blue light upon like the northernmost turret on the second floor. Maybe if you kind of scan a bit more, it's like you see a little bit of movement on the in the collapsed southern side of the mansion.
All right. I'll start to approach.
Best wishes, friends. I'll keep watching this dusk elf, and We'll make sure not to get up to any tricks out here. Hopefully a fruitless mission is not so fruitless. As Rudolph bids you good luck. Casimir kind of looks towards Unisha. Sister, be careful. I need your help for the temple. This would be a dreadful place to throw your life away.
It's not my life that I'm worried about. Goodbye, brother. And I'll walk off. As I'm walking away, I will go ahead and just preemptively cast mage armor on my.
Nice. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but we do have this nice fancy smancy token created by Matt for Nisha.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, no problem.
Ah, yes, I noticed. It's very nice.
It's great artwork. Man, I'm having trouble talking tonight.
I feel you, man. I've got a bit of.
Oh, I actually had 2 handouts for that dragon statue. There's the other with the other art for the dragon statue.
Yeah, but no, loving my new token. Thank you, though.
Yeah, no problem.
As you approach the
Cool.
front entrance, you do see flagstone steps flanked by stone railings climb to a landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Carved into the lintel above the entrance is the word Argon Vostholt. As you step upon the steps, immediately the dragon statue's mouth opens and a 60-foot cone of cold air blasts out. But the magic seems to have deteriorated over the years. Outside a bit of frost and a bit of chill running down your spine. Nothing happens, and the mouth closes again.
It's a shame it's grown so weak.
I'll, I guess, move up another step and see if it happens again.
No, it doesn't happen again.
All right. Then I'll walk to the door and I'll give it a knock, and I mean I assume these people are friendly because we met one of them and he was pretty friendly, so I'll give the door a knock.
Boom, boom, boom. Sounds like an empty hallway behind. As you wait a minute or two, no response.
This is where that guy said meet everyone, right?
Yeah.
Just to see, maybe. I'm gonna use Divine Sense again, just to see if something's on the other side of the door.
Oh yeah, it definitely feels. You immediately sense desecrated, but the whole everything feels desecrated. Within 60 feet, nope, nothing dead within 60 feet, undead or fiend or anything like that.
That's weird.
You do feel almost like a cautionary, welcoming feeling, like you feel like a warm friend has just welcomed you into their home on a cold night, Serva, but with an air of caution, as if something foreboding is within their home.
All right. I guess is everyone. I guess we'll open the door. I'll open.
You can push on the great doors, and they swing open, leading into a massive foyer beyond. As you open the door and you get a peek inside, it's quite a grand hall. You can't quite see all the way in. Man, this place is huge, and your vision is so limited since it's so huge. But the room feels like a king's tomb, And maybe you see the foots of a grand staircase that leads up to a stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead us from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, are 3 alabaster busts of handsome men and women. A 4th bust is its pedestal have been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
It's a genuine shame to see it in such disarray.
This place seems like it would have been quite the grand sight in its better days.
I don't know what gives me the chills more, the dragon breath or this place.
That's amazing.
Does
Oh,
the
man.
does the honk echo throughout the hall?
It does. As it does so, you kind of the shadow, the torn and worthless tapestry hanging above. You see this grand portrait of an ancient lord, and it seems like the scowl kind of twists even more pained. Server, you would know that the portrait of on the tapestry is of Lord Argynvost. You're not sure exactly how you know that, but you just have this feeling of truth that it is.
Well, I see light over here.
Yeah,
So-
and you should be able to
so-
see a bit of light. Yeah.
I'm going to, I guess, slowly, cautiously, walk across the grand hall here toward. So basically, like taking the dodge action as I'm walking.
As you move a bit into this foyer, kind of moving, crossing to the south side of the wall, it's like a great shadow seems to move across the walls and disappears. This shadow with wings. Hear the soft, bestial hiss in the darkness.
I don't think we're alone, friend.
No, I don't believe we are.
It appears we may not be the only guests.
Were we technically guests when we weren't invited?
Well, I feel like I was sort of invited and you're with me, so I suppose you're my guests.
I mean, the type of guest is uninvited guest.
Yeah, you're all my plus 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot.
Well,
As you're chatting, a door to the north, a set of double doors to the north side of the foyer, swing open, and a bloody dusk elf collapsed the door. Help me, please, help me.
I'll go over.
Yeah, Nisha will walk over. Do I recognize him at all?
You do. It's a male dusk elf. You know his name as Savid, Savid. I think I have I'll just zoom in on his token for you. That's what he looks like, but he's kind of bloodied and looks gravely injured.
Is he with you, Nisha?
I know this one. They call him Sabi. What happened to you?
It was, please, I can barely breathe. A bit of healing, please.
I guess I'll look over at Winrell.
I'll guide it. And I'll use 5 points to lay on hands, just enough to heal him a bit, but not all.
As you lay your hands upon him, and he some of his wounds kind of heal up. He still looks injured, but he definitely looks much better than he was before. He kind of stands up. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Savid. Nija. My pardon. I did not mean to. Oh my. Vil. It is strange to meet you here. I had hoped to find wine, as our camp is quite on a shortage. But those blights that come from the hill, that cursed hilltop, those awful druids, they they accosted me, a mob of them, about 20, as I was coming to the manor itself, and when I got in, they dare not follow me in here, but I thought I was going to die, my lifeblood flowing out as I looked for the wine inside. And he kind of gestures at the room behind him where you see like big old barrels of wine. In fact, 5 barrels.
So the
It-
druids did this to you?
Their creations, their demonic creations, those blights of nature. I remember when they were beautiful, when this land was beautiful. Hundreds of years ago, it was our home, Nisha. What has it become?
When did these blights attack you?
It was about a few hours ago. I had come here for wine and I did not know what would become of me, but you all have arrived at the perfect time.
Yeah. You need to watch out for those blights. They could be a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, you get the sense that he's fully telling the truth. You're not, nothing stands out to you as a lie. He definitely seems a bit manic. Maybe he believes what he's saying, but you can't really tell if it's totally. You get the sense that he's a bit manic, a bit traumatized. That's what I should say. He's not manic. He's traumatized.
Oh, that's troubling because that means there's more druids than what we took care of, at least with more blights. We managed to. That was the same thing. That was the reason you were running out of wine, is because the Wizard of Wines was taken over by druids with.
And that girl Arabelle, I would hoped maybe she would be here or a clue would be to her as well. It mentions a girl named Arabelle. Luvash does miss her. We thought that she would be found by Luvash's brother, but no. We found him dead, and Valaki slain at the Blue Water Inn. I did not think anyone could best him uh, in battle, but he was.
Oh, it was that guy.
That poor girl. Who knows where she was? She's been gone for so many days now, weeks in fact. She has probably met her end, but Luvash is determined not to give up. Maybe with a bit of wine our spirits will be emboldened. That's why I came.
Hmm. Have you ran into anyone inside this manor at all?
Not yet. It is supposedly cursed, haunted by the ghost of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Well, I wouldn't call it haunted per se, but regardless, we have some allies outside. If you wouldn't mind waiting out there, just because we don't want to be coming through here and having you get hurt again.
Yes, I should have stuck to our old ways of avoiding this place, but I do have fond memories. When Strahd's army first came, the Order of the Silver Dragon took refugees in, and they let me and my family come and stay here. But Strahd's army destroyed that as well. I wish this place to return to the glory it once had, a place of safety and refuge. But if you have friends outside, I will trust you. Nisha, I am sorry to assume so much. But please, do not tell your brother about this. He is on his own mission of sorts. I do not know where he went, but he seemed preoccupied.
You didn't see anybody else in here while you were here, right? No one named Vladimir Horngard?
I have not seen him since the first time I came. That is the old captain, the commander of the Silver Dragon. After the Lord Argynvost himself, of course. But yes, Vladimir was quite a powerful commander as well. I did not expect him to die in combat the way he did.
Oh, he died?
Yes, as I told you, friend. Thraud's armies destroyed the dragon, the Order of the Silver Dragon as well. Vladimir and all. I do miss them. Sir Godfrey was quite a kind soul.
All right.
I can attest to Mr. Godfrey as well. Which, hopefully, he's at least here. But, regardless of them dying, I'm sure you've all seen that's not enough to keep them down.
If I find this girl, I'll take good care of her. No need to worries. Now you get out of here and rest up, you. And then Happy Jack will give him a little slap in the butt when he walks out.
Pardon, what is the matter with you? I do not see that I am in pain.
Oh, sorry.
Clowns, what a nightmare. As you kind of exit the manor, and you kind of hear a call out in the distance, like an exasperated ah, and maybe the name Casimir said. So apparently Savid is quite shocked to see Casimir. But yeah, feel free to continue.
Well, it looks like we know there's wine here at least. But...
Vine. That's an adult drink.
As you do look into the wine storage room, maybe a bit of a good angle, Nisha and Serva, you see 5 barrels that lie in wooden braces along the walls. All the wood is dark and moldy in every single one of the barrels. You see maybe like a bottle or two. In fact, you even see a bottle with the stamp of Champagne du l'Estape, but it looks cracked and as if air has gotten in and spoiled it.
Well, we should also keep an eye out for anyone else looking for this. Might find another injured person or two.
There is a bit of light coming through the open double doors there in the corner. Oh, the dynamic lighting is bad on those barrels. Let me remove that. Sorry about that. That should look better. And there is a set of stairs that go up. You can go up there, Serva, and the tapestry is right there at the top of the stairs, kind of before it goes north or south.
I do want to examine the tapestry. Just kind of look it over.
So regal man, definitely of noble birth and kind eyes. Maybe the face isn't so much of a scowl as you get a better sight of it, but regal, proud man of sorts. Very long, flowing, silvery blonde hair with a profound mustache.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out this room. The one with the light.
Sure. You kind of peek through around the doors a bit. I'll remove that lighting as well. But what you see inside here is a dining hall. There's a 20-foot long table with sculpted dragons for legs stands in the center of this hall. The chairs that surround the table have backs carved to resemble folded dragon wings, and several of the chairs have been overturned or smashed to pieces. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier that glows with a soft white light. Standing in windowed alcoves are two life-size statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields. A bit of rainwater trickles through cracks in the ceiling, flowing down the west wall and adding to a large puddle on the floor. 5 sets of wooden doors lead to this hall. The doors in the northeast corner hang open, which you've just walked through. Oh no, yeah. Uh, a pair of leaded glass doors, their panes cracked and broken, stand open between panels of stained glass set into the east wall. These panels, so that's right, kind of towards the center east of the room. These panels depict silver dragons in flight. Beyond the glass door lies a dark, misty room that appears to be a chapel. As you look about, there's a spell, a continual light spell cast upon the crystal chandelier that's giving a bit of light to this room.
Oh, okay, that's where the light's coming from. Well, I don't know what I was hoping for.
Well, this is just me adding to the mental bucket list of things to fix if we do end up beating Strahd.
Sounds like there's lots of people that want this place fixed, so it seems like you'll have help.
Yeah. Hopefully I got plenty of help, and hopefully the old order can rest. So, it'll be interesting to start it up again from scratch.
As you move into the chapel up at Serva, you see cracked wooden pillars support a wooden U-shaped balcony that overhangs the stone wall chapel. Narrow archways lead to a spiral staircases that curl up to the balcony, and a door set into the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. At the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas relief. Tall arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass, allowing thick fog to enter and fill the room. And as you stand about, you see through the fog. At the end of the room in front of the altar is 3 armored figures kneeling before the altar, swords across the ground.
Wait a moment. And Serva's gonna enter in, not trying to sneak in, but she'll put her stuff to the ground as a sign of, like, no harm.
You can easily tell that this chapel is to the Morning Lord. As you approach the figures kneeling before the altar, they don't appear to move. Each one clad in armor.
Serva kneels with them for just a little bit, just to say like a quick thing in her mind, and then just gets back up.
As you turn your back on the Morning Lord altar, all 3 rise up, swords in hand, and get ready to strike. Begin rolling initiative.
Oh, gee.
Well, let's hope that those rolls are not indicative of how all of my rolls will be tonight.
Damn, I rolled real low.
All right, I think we have everybody. Helward, you're the first to react as you kind of looking into the chapel, or you're kind of keeping an eye out through maybe Jack or Ada. You hear armor kind of clinking together as these figures rise into their feet, ready to attack, long swords drawn. What do you do? Their chainmail looks broken and tattered, by the way, Serva. They're like the armor that it doesn't look as well off as it could be, as it did once.
Gotcha.
Sorry, some problems with Discord, but I'm back. So, Happy Jack. Being behind Dimitri is gonna caress his shoulders a little bit. And he's gonna say, "Excuse me." He's gonna open his mouth wide open and shoot a firebolt towards the center one, because I'm sure that's the one more. That was like the first one that was like threatening to start combat. So I'll fire off a firebolt at that one.
Cool, go for it.
Oh no. A little slow on the loading. Did my attack pop up?
I don't see it.
Alright. Click it 3 times, hopefully, and spam it too much.
There
So
we go.
whatever the first one is. Yeah.
15 is a hit for 12 fire damage.
Ooh. That's nice. So now, hit level 7. So thankfully, I have a fancy smancy ability where my puppets have a little bit more movement, and I have a little bit more range of my puppets. So I'm going to move Ada forward 35 feet to her normal 30. Well, maybe it's not just Discord. I think my whole computer might be a little messed up. Howard, what am I calling myself? Lenny, would you mind putting Ada directly west of the center Revenant for me?
Right there? Just to the south of Serva?
Oh yeah, I don't even see see it on the map either. I might have to refresh, but I might have to restart my whole computer. But yeah, I'm gonna put it there, and I'm going to make an attack action as it is gonna hug and kind of constrict the Revenant. And I give you permission. Can you roll constrict for me on Ada's character sheet while I restart my computer real
Yeah,
quick?
I like the constrictability. Let's see. Oh,
Similar to how Ada hugged me earlier.
Oh, I see the Iron Maiden attack.
Yeah, the pun is real.
Oh my. 12. It's a 12. Unfortunately, the 12 is a miss. Just a miss.
No problem. They're both going through some stuff anyway.
Indeed.
So, yeah, so I'll be back. I just gotta restart. But
No worries.
That's the. Oh no, I used my bonus action to attack, right? Nope, we're good.
Alright, indeed, the Revenant that got burned, you see kind of shriek a bit and shock as it gets struck by fire. fire, kind of indicating it's something. But it's going to make a multi-attack. It'll swing twice towards those that turn their back to the Morning Lord. Serva. Swings twice, misses twice. It's ill practice. It'll kind of take a better spot. This one will step forward and will also attack twice.
First one does.
It'll hit for 16 slashing. And it becomes your turn, Serva.
Serva is just kind of, she kind of figures there's no point in trying to reason with them at this point, but she will say to stop. Otherwise, this is going to get, and she's going to use bonus action to cast. There. And then just attack the one in front of her twice.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
And that's it.
Both of those are hits for some nice damage. Cool. Your turn, Dimitri. Serva cuts into this one, and you kind of see it shriek in pain as your holy energy cuts through it a bit, wails out.
I'll move in so I can see a bit better. As I'm moving in, I'll also say, like, wait. We don't mean you any harm. We were told to come here to talk to Vladimir Horn God and see if that, like, do they, like, react to that?
You see their eyes are just these red glaring orbs of evil energy. They seem to be almost mindless in their task.
All right. Yeah, then I guess I'll just so anyway, I started blasting. And I'll shoot I guess the one that's not Nisha, Serva hit.
Go for it.
Sure, I'll spend a grip point to make. I'll spend 2 grip points for each shot, or 1 for each shot to make
To make it a what?
a violent shot.
Oh, nice. Go for it. 15 is a hit. Did that add your violent damage?
Yeah, the 1.
Oh, I see. It's just rolled a 1.
And then the second.
Both of those are hits.
And then, yeah, as I drew my gun, so that's I'll step aside for everybody else to come through, and then so I'm not blocking, and then done button still not working, unfortunately.
Sorry. Nisha, becomes your turn as perhaps you're a bit puzzled by seeing a fellow Dusk Elf a bit behind, but maybe you see kind of what's going on through the stained glass.
Oops, sorry. Let's see. Hearing this commotion, Nisha will walk up to this table so she can get a nice aerial view into the room, and she is going to cast a ray of frost at the top one there. Oh, that is not the right spell. That's the spell. Sorry.
It'll definitely hit for 12 cold. Yeah, you definitely don't want to use necrotic on these dudes.
Yeah, I was like, unfortunately they're stacked right next to each other. I was like, balls. Yeah, so ray of frost, and Yeah, that's all I'm going to do right now.
Your ray fires out and blasts into. Oh, actually. Oh yeah. It just. I was like, man, this map is so big that it might have been a range issue, but it was not. Um, blast into the target and freezes maybe one of the limbs up a bit. All right, this revenant's gonna. It's gonna scoot around this pillar to the south and swing at this this other creature that's kind of moved in. You kind of both Serva and Dimitri, you've tried to plead with him, tried to talk sense into him as you look into these undead creatures. A pained, just mindless look is in their eyes. It's like they don't have a mind of their own, almost like they're following some unearthly order, no matter what it means. So there's 2 attacks on Ada. Oh no, 2 hits. It looks like. Are you back with us, Elward? No, he's not, is he? Um, I believe both those are hits on Ada. 31 damage. Winrail, becomes your turn.
All right. Make way. This is my time to shine.
What do you do as you approach?
Okay. So can I backtrack that? I changed my mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So I will just shoot. I was thinking it was a bigger party, a bigger fight than it was. Anyway, I'll just shoot a spell at this.
Go ahead. Which spell? Ooh, guiding bolt. Oh no! These are very slow, tattered armor creatures, but the guiding bolt strikes into one of the still withstanding pieces of armor, and doesn't make contact with the creature. 10 is a miss.
Okay. I exited the game.
Any bonus actions?
Yeah, I am gonna cast you know what? I'm gonna that'll be it. I'll pass.
Ready? And maybe as we wait for Elward to come back, we'll go ahead and take our break. I realize that we started combat right at break time. Sorry about that. But let's see, it's 10:30. Let's come back at 49 minutes past the hour.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
See you guys soon. Yeah, the lag really makes Roll20 unbearable. But hopefully it continues to work out okay. As we return to combat, I guess I'll go for Elward. I think he said Firebolt and Grapple. So
I think he said Firebolt and have Ada retreat.
we'll have Ada retreat.
That's what he last put in Discord.
Okay, yeah. Retreat action. Cool. So Happy Jack is gonna fire the firebolt. Maybe this. He's gonna focus fire a bit. Maybe focus fire on the one that got hurt by. No. He's gonna hit the one that because he intentionally wanted to use fire on that one. So he'll fire out at the. Oh no, 12 is just a miss. But Ada will use her disengage, and she can move pretty fast now. And move back there. And that's his turn. Missing is a real pain. This one's going to step forward and kind of continue to push their advantage. It's going to swing out at, let's see, Serva. I don't use flanking, so no worries about that. But it's going to thematically flank you. Swings twice, once, twice, hitting on the second one for a much more palpable damage than the first. 9 slashing. The other one flanking you will swing as well. Looks like the first one will hit for 13. Your spell stays up, and it becomes your turn.
Sorry, misclick.
Oh, no worries.
I think I'm just gonna focus on the one I've been hitting.
That is a hit. That is also a hit as you smash into it once, twice. Your holy attacks cutting through this creature with quite effective.
And that'll.
Dimitri, becomes your turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot this one that's damaged. Or the one that Serva attacked again. Get sneak attack on it, and I'll make it a violent shot. At least make the.
12 is just a miss.
I'm gonna use lucky because I don't want to waste my last grip.
Okay, go for it. I'll keep your damage. 26 is a hit for 22 damage.
All right, and then then a second shot.
Oh, 12 is a miss.
That's all right because I didn't use grit on that one because I got no more left. So, and then I'll pull out a dagger, just a regular dagger, and throw it as a bonus action at so non-magical.
Yeah, go for it. 21 is a hit, and yeah, the dagger cuts through this this undead pretty well.
And then that is. Oh man, and she's looking pretty rough. So you know what? I'm gonna try and take that one down, and I'll action surge.
Boom, boom.
And take 2 more shots.
14 is a hit.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, 11 is not.
And then that's my turn.
You only have if you roll 5 or higher, you hit, and you miss so many times. I'm sorry,
rolling
man.
super low tonight.
Nisha, becomes your turn as you see the fight getting a bit dicey for your new companion, Serva.
All right. Ironically, I will cast Hypnotic Pattern. I will spend a sorcery point to cast a carefully. That's right. I will spend the sorcery point to cast it carefully and give. I think that just lets him succeed, right? Oh, yeah, automatically succeeds against the spell save. Okay, cool. So I will allow Serva, Winrel, Dimitri, Elward, and Ada Puppet, because I can do it up to 5 to succeed, and I will cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Nice. As you're,
I don't know if it's gonna. I was gonna say I don't know if it's gonna take effect on them.
Yeah, you just would have to use it on Elward, but are we that close to each other that I have to use it like that?
I think it has a range on it. Like you don't have to center it on yourself.
Oh yeah, the range is pretty far. It's the
120?
range is it's it's a 30-foot cube, not a radius, but it's 30-foot cube. Range. Shoot, I thought I had it on that little spell card. Sorry. The range is 120 feet. So yeah, I can center it over there.
So a 30-foot cube would be like a 3x3 square, essentially, on this map, because each square is 10 by 10.
Okay, that's 20. That's 20. So yeah, just the 3 of them, I'll give a just to make sure they catch their spell save. But
Indeed. And as your pattern of hypnotic lights twist and twirl through the air, it's quite a sight to behold. The revenants seem to be immune to this effect. They don't notice the lights at all.
yeah, I was afraid of that. All right, well, it's a good use of a 3rd level spell, and
Indeed. Unfortunately, they are immune to being charmed. This one moves over to you, Dimitri. Steps up and swings heftily at you. 1, 2, new armor coming into play, as both are misses.
Yeah.
Winrel, becomes your turn.
Oh no. I left. Okay, I'm just gonna do what I was gonna do last turn, because this seems... Just one of them looks hurt, right?
One of them looks very hurt, and one of them looks like it's been hurt a little bit.
No, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna use Turn Undead.
Okay. You can do that.
I quit again, but I don't think I have a button for it anyway.
No worries. As you channel your divine power of Mother Night, Saloon, the Turn Undead comes out. But I really hate this because it's a cool ability when it happens. But the Revenants are immune to being turned.
Oh, okay.
One of the special undead. Alright. That is rough. 2 very strong effects, both immune. Elward, it becomes your turn. Do you want to look at the screen? I mean, you can. but you'd see more than you normally would, but you'd at least see something. I have no clue what the Go Live would look like. I have not tried it, but it seems to be a cool new feature.
I don't know if it'll be good on my phone. I'm using my phone right now.
Oh yeah, it might be awful.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm playing Theater of the Mind right now, but it would help if I knew a little bit about the map.
So Elward and Happy Jack are still outside in the dining area. As you requested, Ada retreated back to in between Happy Jack and Elward. Both the two of the Revenants are flanking Serva, and one is right next to Dimitri. You have line of sight on all of them.
Okay. So, and I heard earlier that Serva was injured.
Yeah, she's looking pretty rough. She's taken quite a few blows. One of the Reverets looked close to death. The one that you hit with a firebolt earlier is looking totally fine. Still hurt a little, but not.
And you had mentioned something about fire before
you've noticed as maybe both Serva's attacks and Happy Jack's firebolt both seem to give pain to these Revenants.
Okay. So I'll shoot out a firebolt towards the weaker looking one. Unfortunately, I lost my honker, but Happy Jack will.
Not the honker.
Shoot out a firebolt. And yeah, he's gonna say, yeah, the only good soldier is a well-seasoned soldier. I want to cook you up, good sir, and shoot a firebolt at it.
I like the jibe. Unfortunately, it was an 11, and it is a miss as the firebolt goes wide. Maybe Happy Jack kind of moving his mouth muscles as the bolt shoots out, caused it to go awry.
No problem. Ada will run up to the one that's flanking Serva if she can make it. And I will go for a constrict as Ada will try to protect Serva as much as she can. And I'll use my inspiration because protecting is Ada's.
You can save your inspiration. Actually, roll before you set it. 17 is a hit, and advantage wouldn't have done anything else. But it is a hit as you constrict and grapple and restrain. Right? As like, what does this look like as Ada kind of constricts the Revenant?
Yes, it's similar to how Ada embraced Elward when he was at a low point earlier in the session. But this one is a lot more force and vigor. And then you actually hear spikes erect from Ada's arms as similar to an Iron Maiden. Ada slowly constricts and squeezes, well, whatever undead life this Revenant has.
Very nice. Anything else in your turn?
Let's see, I used action, bonus action. Nope, that will be all.
Alright, the Revenant that is constricted will go. So it's restrained. It's going to try to bat off the thing constricting it. So it's a disadvantage.
Sure.
Right, because it's restrained, right, with your constrict?
Indeed, I have AC of 15.
6 is a miss. And 5 is a critical failure. That was a critical hit if it wasn't a disadvantage, but it becomes a fumble. It didn't roll high enough for the fumble effect. Oh man, that'd have been amazing. But it just is a miss. 2 misses. And the other one next to Serva is going to continue to swing away. This 2 attacks at you, Serva. 10 and 13 are both misses as you easily parry away the blade. Maybe confused why these old knights wouldn't recognize you and and what you've stated to them. Serva, it becomes your turn.
Yeah. Feeling a bit bad about it. I am gonna keep attacking the one I've been going at.
That's a hit.
And then,
Oh, 9 is a miss.
well, that's about all I can do then.
The rolls have not been in your favor tonight, guys. Dimitri, becomes your turn.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to reload, so they'll eat up one of my attacks. But I will shoot out at the injured one still on with the one attack I do, along with sneak.
That is a hit. Indeed, it was 450 XP total. And with that damage, you fire the blast. Matilda fires straight through the chest of this creature, shredding the remnants of its armor. It seems the whole body seems to crumble into dust. You see 2 red glaring eyes that's still left there as the body crumbles to dust. The 2 red eyes fly straight towards you, Dimitri. As they get near you, they swirl around Matilda, and you feel Matilda grow in power as it slays an ancient knight. You gain a spirit point.
Nice.
Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, and then I'll this dude's up in my face. I'll take out the dagger of venom and stab out at him offhand.
Nice, go for it. 18 is a hit for sure.
And then that is my turn.
Nisha, becomes your turn.
All right. Well, seeing as how my last great idea didn't work, at the one directly engaged with Serva, I will fire off a ray of frost.
That is a hit. The bolt strikes into the old warrior, freezing the limbs up a bit.
And that's all for now. Bonus action. No bonus action.
All right. This revenant's step forward and gonna press its ground with you, Dimitri. It's gonna swing at you, Dimitri.
All right.
6 and 9 are both misses. Winrel, becomes your turn as the Winrel steps as the revenant steps closer and closer.
Oh gosh, I hate my life right now. I quit. I will move up and melee attack since my spells have been worthless so far. Okay, it looks like I can hit this one right here. How come I can see his health?
You can see his HE bar, like the exact numbers and everything.
58 out of 58?
Oh, that's
Or is that
Dimitri. That's Dimitri.
Oh, okay, it's just on top of the guy. Oh.
Yeah, 26 is a heavy hit as you smash into that guy with your blessed weapon, weapon blessed by Selune, blessed by the forge magic within you.
That's it. I lose because I quit, I lose my end button.
Okay. Elward, your turn.
Okie dokie. computer's starting to load up, so that's a good sign. It might take me a sec to get on roll 20.
No
But
worries.
the same deal. But Happy Jack's gonna fire one off at the one that's restrained.
Nice. Advantage.
Little
22
combo
is
I
a
got.
hit. Yeah, pretty sweet. Does any bonus effect go if they both hit the same target?
Not at this level, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. But yeah, 14 fire damage. As the more fire strikes into this creature, you kind of wail out this unholy scream. What was does the clinch just clinch tighter, or do you have to make another attack?
I gotta make another attack.
Okay,
But
still advantage.
still restrained if I miss, but yeah.
19 is a hit. And does the damage increase as she kind of squeeze tighter? Is that right?
Yeah, extra damage die for whatever it has currently.
All right, so it'll roll 2d6 for a total of 6 damage.
Nice.
She squeezed tighter and tighter. Do you want to make any movement?
No, it looks like I'm pretty safe for now, from what you told me, so I'll stay there and continue to press on. As Happy Jack just said, dances and skits about.
Maybe another honk honk a toot toot, and he blast away. The Revenant constricted and kind of getting squeezed a bit. You see gray ooze kind of squeezing out of this long dead warrior as Ada rips into the flesh. It's going to try to kind of get an attack in if it can at this thing, constricting it. 2 attacks at disadvantage. 10 and 16. I don't think 16 hits her updated armor, does it? Oh, no, it does. It does. 15 is her. I was thinking 17, but that's with the boosted
Yeah, I
intelligence
didn't
thing.
use a bonus to add it yet.
Oh, nice. What does this look like, Serva, as you use this ability?
It's just more of like some spectral dragon wings kind of come out and they extend past and like kind of block the blade from getting off on Ada, and it just kind of like shakes Serva a bit as she takes the damage.
As your aura comes out, a booming voice echoes throughout this chapel. Bringer of light, return our glory. And for this ability, I'm gonna say give you a temporary additional 10 temporary HP, so you'll have 1 temp HP because you took the 9 damage instead.
Oh, sweet.
The voice echoes all around. Everyone would have heard that. And perhaps maybe those out in the dining hall, you see Nisha and Elward, you see a shadow kind of ring across the ceiling of this high ceilinged room of this great winged beast. That's his turn. Cool use of the aura. Serva, becomes your turn.
I'm gonna move a little there, and I'm just going to attack the Revenant with Dimitri, and then the one restrained by Ada, just to try to get the other one off Dimitri.
Oh yeah, can I divvy it up?
So the first one's on the one in front of Dimitri, and then the other one's on the one.
Cool. 19 is a hit. And as this one takes your holy damage as well, it screams out. .25 is certainly a hit as well.
I'm going to use the Orcish Fury on that.
Sweet, go for it. An extra damage die, right?
Yep. And that'll be...
Dimitri, becomes your turn.
All right. I am going to make an attack. So I just use my bonus action attack now because I'm gonna step away. So I'll do the offhand attack. First on the guy in front of me,
That hits.
and then I will. I'll back up to here for now, just so he's not, right in front of me, so I'm not disadvantaged. So I'll take the attack.
And it'll miss.
All right, and then 2 shots. I'll spend a grip, make it violent, and add sneak attack to it.
Nice. Kind of building a good combo of damage. Yeah, you strike into it with Matilda.
And then
19
take
damage. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just the second shot. No grit or anything.
Boom!
I should've
Too bad I wouldn't on
waited.
the first. Still very nice. Roll a crit. So just like your fumble button, you should have a crit button. Oh, and you rolled high enough. What does that mean? We'll call that as an extra damage die. Or roll one more damage die. Indeed, as you fire out, you hit high enough for the high crit, so it does the added effect as you found the piercing damage. Maybe that spirit point. You absorbed the soul of one of these old knights and discovered their weakness.
Yeah. And that is... Actually, I'm going to move around over to here. Rest of my move, and then...
Alrighty, Nisha becomes your turn as you see that it seems like your party is kind of turning the tides of this battle.
Let's see. I am gonna keep going with what's good. I will strike at this one with a ray of frost.
14 is ahead as you strike out with your magical beam of energy.
Pew pew.
Indeed, as that one gets struck by the ray of frost, it'll go and has a few targets now. It got hit by both Serva and Winrail, so it'll just kind of turn and choose. It's going to focus in on Serva. Swings twice at you, Serva, missing horribly once, and pretty horribly the second time, too. Just a miss, didn't roll high enough for the fumble effect. Winrail becomes your turn.
Okay. Just gonna go for a straight attack.
Boom, that's a big hit as you smack this thing with your holy mace. Elward becomes your turn. Are you back with us?
Yes. Just loading up the character sheets. Okay.
Do you need me to ping you to the location on the map?
Nope, I found it.
Cuckoo.
Okay. Once again, Hypercheck's gonna do his thing. Firebolt at the one that ate us restraining.
You've got advantage. That is a hit. Oof, really hefty damage.
And once again, Ada's gonna try to squeeze some more life out of this thing.
You roll 3d6 this time if you hit. And you do hit, so go ahead and roll 2 more d6. As it continues to tighten and your arm's just like pressing into it, you kind of see more and more flesh just oozing out. Ada-sized arm craters biting into the body of this revenant.
Do extra 10.
Total 14.
That's okay. As long as she's protecting the party. Yeah, aside from Happy Jack, Hockey, I need you to continue doing a good job. That's the turn.
Cool. Do we need you the done button? Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. That constrict ability is really effective, and the Revenant is gonna try to break free again. He's not really smart enough to try to escape, kind of clunky, and at this point squeezing so tight, I don't know if it could have tried even to escape. So it's just gonna swing once again at disadvantage at Ada. Oh, for a fumble.
For the max damage. Wow.
It's scary.
You don't want
This
thing
time it
critting you.
did roll as it tries to like swing in an awkward way. The longsword goes flying, and it only gets a multi-attack if it attacks with the longsword. So its attacks drop because it can't do the other ones. That's it. Roll dex or drop primary weapon. Oh no, and it falls down. So it has it prone. It has it constricting prone. Serva becomes your turn.
Seeing that Ada's kind of got that, I'll just focus on finishing off the one in front of me first. Or not.
Oh, 11 is a miss. But it becomes a crit.
And just because I'm feeling generous. On top of that.
Oh yeah. Paladin crit, Divine Smite crit. So the Divine Favor? Oh, I see. It's okay. You just rolled a 2 and a 1. I thought it was a +2, but it's a plus D4.
Nah, just plus D4. But I'll leave my turn at that.
$35 damage. That is a solid hit. Is barely. It's just you strike it with your holy fire, and it kind of screams out in agony. This just death cry. This is barely keeping its shape, just rended down the middle. Dimitri, becomes your turn.
All right. I'm going to move here. Actually, I'm not going to move anywhere. Stay where I am and shoot the one that Serva just hit. Trying to focus fire, take one down.
Yeah, go for it. That becomes another kill as you strike. Your Matilda fires into this creature, crumbles to dust once more. You see the red eyes kind of shoot off into the ceiling and beyond, and but the body of the Revenant crumbles to dust.
All right. And then I'll shoot the other one.
You have advantage? What? I guess it's normal because it's prone, but I guess there's multiple reasons for it. Yeah, it's just normal. Just normal, sorry.
Okay.
27 is still a hit.
All right. And then I'll move over to it. Yeah, move over there, and then bonus.
This has advantage.
Stabby stab.
$25 is a hit.
And then and then I'll stay. Try and give it another target since I'm all set. I'm pretty good, and Serva looks.
Ray of Frost coming at you.
Nisa's ready to go, and it fires out and strikes directly into this thing for 11 damage. Still barely holding on. Winrail, becomes your turn.
Okay. Good turn. Good turn.
You have advantage. You have advantage.
Oh, sweet.
It's prone and constricted. 17 becomes a hit. I said keep that damage, but it was the same damage either way. And as you strike down into this creature, your holy mace smacking it into the head, it just squishes. And as it does so, you see the red eyes remain after the body turns to dust. These red eyes fly out the back window, the crushed glassed window, and that'll end combat.
Ugh,
Well,
sorry
they
about dragging you into that.
they seem much less friendly than the one we met on the road.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with them. Mr. Godfrey is usually pretty nice, so guess I should have came in with different expectations. Sorry for getting Ada all messed up, Elward.
Howard remains silent. Well, Happy Jack does a little celebratory dance. Whoa! That was close. I thought you said you were friends.
That's what I thought too. Guess some of them got a loose definition of it.
It's okay. I love good rough housing.
Yeah. Suppose it's good to get my exercise in. Is everyone else all right?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Eh, I'll keep trucking.
All right. Well, perhaps we can find some answer elsewhere. And if this place is filled with those things and they're not as friendly as they were on, perhaps we should just make our way to the highest peak or tower or floor in this place. That's where we were told that we might find something to help us against Strahd.
You said you were looking for Captain Horngard too, right?
Yes, but the other one said he died, and he hasn't been seen in quite a while.
Well, regardless, I kind of felt something after I was fighting, so I think my fault that they may know we're here aside from these revenants. But it's best we get a move on, anyways.
As you look around the room, there are two staircases, two narrow spiraling staircases, one to the north, one to the south, and both of them, and then maybe you can see through the windows as well, Nisha. Let me put those. As you see out there's little windows kind of circling around. Looks like it does take you up to the next floor, but you do see a old cemetery on the grounds just to the north, and then a narrow tower. It doesn't go as high as the highest peak, but there is an exterior tower kind of on the wrought iron fence, 7 foot tall wrought iron fence, and in the east corner stands a 2-story mausoleum.
I suppose we could go up this way or back into the main hall and go upstairs.
Why don't we can try these stairs.
All right.
Which ones? The north ones or the south ones?
Well, Serva, have you been here before inside?
Can't really say that I have. I've been near it before. I feel like I might know my way, but honestly, I'm just as lost as you are.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just and the north stairs then, I guess. Yeah, I'll just start headed toward the north.
Cool. As you kind of get about halfway up these stairs, you get a glimpse as you kind of circle around the highest tower on the 4th floor, the tallest floor of this manor. And as you look out, it's like you see something in the window of this high tower window. You must get a feeling more than a sight that someone or something is watching you. As you're looking up, you spot this well-dressed man with a thick mane of silvery blonde hair looking down, observing you from this high tower window. Just as you kind of lock eyes, he draws the curtain and disappears from view.
So where was this high tower?
It's not really displayed on the map, but it's like directly up. It's kind of like circle around. You can kind of see to the angle, like towards the angle would be like this way. Can you see that on the map?
Okay, so the tower is like over here.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant I saw it like way over here or something, and I was like, "Oh, we're on the wrong, we're on the wrong."
Oh no! Like if you could do it, if you could kind of picture the vertical dimensions, it would be directly above the chapel and a little bit to the east.
Okay. So yeah, I'll continue moving up these stairs then.
Cool. Yeah. Does everyone follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Happy Jack will yell out there, "Be careful of babies."
Oh no! Did Servo disappear? I think Servo disappeared. There we are.
I don't know what.
In fact, we should all be careful of babies.
Oh, do I have a teleporter in here or something?
Ooh, a teleporter.
I didn't think I put, because I don't know what it is, but it looks like Winrel disappeared too. Go ahead and leave your tokens where they're at for a moment. Yeah, like Ada just disappeared. Did she disappear for you guys?
Oh no, I deleted her.
Okay.
I'm gonna retreat her because she's heavily injured.
I'll pull Winrail back out for you.
Oh, I didn't get hit, but I totally forgot I have cutting action now.
Oh
I
yeah,
could've-
bonus actions.
I could have disengaged.
Disengage. But yes,
So-
be careful of babies. That could be their main infantry. Hey, check on these slide.
So it's a bit haphazard how you're arranged, but I just copy pasted you. As you come up to the 2nd floor, you come to the chapel balcony. You see that it's open below. This wooden balcony overhangs the mansion's chapel. An exquisitely carved wooden throne rests at the west end between 2 doors. A narrow archway leads to spiral staircases going up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons. You can continue up the spiral staircases if you so wish.
Oh yeah, if there, I mean, Well, I think we should continue up. I saw somebody in the windows of the tall tower. Perhaps that's hopefully it's someone friendly. It didn't seem like it was one of the revenant.
Hmm. Did they see you?
Yes.
Hmm.
At least I think they did.
Maybe it's Captain Hornguard.
Maybe, but I think we should continue up up.
I agree with you. Nowhere else to go, so might as well keep moving forward.
I just saw a shape. It looked like a person.
But you're right. Let's keep going up.
You're able to go up. As you go up another flight of stairs, you come to the third level, and as you kind of see, you peek out into the window. I won't move your tokens just yet, but there's no apparent door, but there is a window that you can kind of look down that's open to below, and you can kind of see the throne and the floor below, and even all the way down to the chapel. It looks like you can continue up. You can go up another one, but it does make kind of based on how you saw the chapel. It looks like these staircases are going to end at a turret. Each one, this one and the one across the way would end at a turret. Do you want to go all the way up to the turret?
Hmm.
Turrets are those walls with like the little space to peephole, right?
Right.
I get the feeling that the other staircase back where we were is another turret, so we may need to just go up that in that main room with the stairwell.
Perhaps.
It's up to you if you want to go all the way up, but I think we might just be wasting our time.
Well, I'll go all the way up. I kind of want to get a better feel of how this place is laid out.
All right, I'll go up with you then.
I just kind of want to see like how it's laid out and like where exactly the tower is. Cause I'm like I myself, me is.
Did that send both Serva and Dimitri to a new page?
Yeah, I'm on a new page. I don't see my token though.
Are you Serva?
I do not see a new page. Let me refresh real quick.
That should send everybody. I will just do that.
Oh, I'm back at the front page.
Are you?
Yeah.
What about now? Are you at are you a different page?
I'm refreshing again just to see.
I have a black.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I am.
Okay, cool. Let me pull you guys out. I'm gonna leave the puppets off just for a moment. Elward. Oh, you don't see anything.
Oh, I see it. It's just really small.
That should open it up a bit better. So this is what you see as you come to the third floor. And you kind of see a turret to the northwest through the windows, and you kind of see down to the rooftop of the two-story mausoleum. But you can keep going up.
So where was the where did I see this guy again? Over here, you said?
Yeah, like directly above the chapel and a little bit to your east. So it seems like the tallest tower kind of juts out over a bit.
Oh, it doesn't. It looks like the tallest tower isn't connected,
It looks like this is not connected to the tallest tower.
or
Here,
is this?
you're gonna go one more floor. You're gonna go one more floor.
Okay.
It's a lot of stories and a huge map. As you do come up, you start to go up a little bit. The spectral warrior with a drawn longbow calls out, "Halt! Do you wish to have an arrow in your hearts? Or do you wish to turn back now?" This is what this guy has, but looks like, but he's got a longbow.
All right. No, I do not wish for an arrow in the heart. I merely wish to speak with either yes, Captain Horn or Captain Horn.
The captain is in the 3rd floor. You there. The dragon has spoken of you. Good luck. And you see the Phantom Warrior kind of look back out the window, bow drawn. You kind of see the same glazed look in his eyes, but it's still a bit more life. It's almost as if it's following orders, but has a bit more mind to its soul still.
All right. Well, thank you. So we can't access where he is. We will go back down then.
I'll show you kind of briefly where what. You can look out over this area. Oh, can you see? It looks like the rooftop is pretty collapsed, but you do see kind of where you'd have to get to. Maybe you could try other ways. There's small windows outside the turret, and you see the kind of ruinous rooftop, as well as 2 other turrets with spiral staircases that lead up to the rooftop, and a door that leads into the main tower over here.
And that's that door here looks like the door that leads to the main tower.
It does. It does.
All right. It appears we have to try and get to the.
But the soldier said 3rd floor.
This main tower was the tower where I saw the person, right?
Indeed.
Okay.
The Phantom Warrior is kind of just next to you guys in the turret, looking out the window with his longbow drawn.
Well, if it is the 3rd floor, then but that this tower right here is the one that I saw the figure in, and there's a door right there on the roof. So
Perhaps.
We shouldn't be trespassing where we're not invited unless you want to do that, because I like to have fun. But the ghost thing he said 3rd floor.
I'm gonna try to talk to the spectral warrior.
Sure, what do you say?
It went so well last time.
I know it's hard to believe, but it is pertinent that we passed. And Servo's gonna try to, just like for visual representation, summon up a bit of that aura.
Kind of the warrior kind of looks towards you for a moment, and the eyes seem to shine a bit as if a new light is drawn, and then it fades out, and it kind of shakes his head. My name was What? And he kind of goes back to looking out the window with his bow drawn.
I guess that confirms most of them are more gone than some of the others.
Well, I guess let's go back down and then take the main staircase up. I'm not really sure how else we could get to the roof.
Let's take that way. If we have to push past, if it comes to that, we will. But I'd like to not attack them anymore if we can.
This place is so big.
Yes, I'd rather not attack any more than we have to.
Cool. You go back down to the second floor, and it looks like you can move around this throne. To those wooden doors to the western wall.
I would like to inspect the chair.
Oh yeah, of course. As you look over the chair, it's a it's an exquisitely carved wooden throne. Go ahead and give me an investigation check or perception, either one's fine. As you look it over, you see kind of like an etching kind of carved onto the bottom side of the left arm of this chair. You look closer at it, and it's written in common, and it reads, "Victor was here." Other than that, it looks like a very nice, very expert craftsman made this chair, but nothing else stands out to you. It's fairly ordinary, outside of being beautiful.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Would you want to try these doors? These are doors, right here.
They are, yeah.
After
Wouldn't
you.
hurt.
All right, I'll go over and I guess have a listen.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I was gonna open it.
It was
after.
it was dead quiet, almost
Okay.
no sound through. Maybe a bit of drip, drip, and drip, but outside that, very quiet.
Okay.
As you move into this room beyond, you see it kind of splits to the north and splits to the south. To the north, you see a small alcove. A red velvet curtain hangs in front of an alcove in the northeast corner of this hall. It looks to be fairly empty, but there are some windows that look out behind the curtain. It looks kind of hard to see through unless you draw the curtain back. To the south, though, you see another alcove. A red velvet curtain hangs in front. It kind of ripples ever so slightly as if moved by the wind.
All right. I'm just gonna kind of walk quietly.
There is a door.
Try not to disturb much.
Yeah, of course. There's a door right there to your northwest. As you kind of move down the hallway, it looks like it opens up into a large balcony that looks down into the great hall below. The two stone balconies, you come to the south one that flank the main foyer. Balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their elegantly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these walkways, while alabaster busts of handsome men flank hallways that lead north and south away from the foyer. At the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up. So your vision's a little limited, Dimitri, but you can kind of maybe see the outline of a stairs at the far western end of this balcony.
And this is just open to the foyer that we originally entered in below.
Right, it's just open to below. Man, limited vision sucks in this huge map because you can't see anything.
Matilda's not as good as a torch either. But...
Like I was comparing it to those with dark vision, and their radius is so much bigger.
Yeah, humans, man. Humans, and they're not having dark vision.
At least it's better than Winrel, who's pretty much relying on your sight, on on Matilda's vision light source.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep going. And does this look like it's just gonna be like another?
No, this looks like it's gonna, based on like kind of the perception you have of this place, it looks like it'll lead up to the second floor, not a turret. I mean the third floor.
Okay.
Not anymore. I have the shield.
Oh yeah, my bad, Winrel. Let me give you some vision. It's
Yeah, that's why I had torch on before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let me.
I didn't know if that was equivalent. I'd asked in the chat, but.
Oh, my bad. I missed it.
No, that's okay. Obviously, there's a million things going through.
It's not quite as good as a torch, but it's very close.
Hey, it helps me out because now I can see Winrel.
Yeah, because everyone can see that light, the moonlight.
Yeah, I guess I'll be like, well, this more stairs. I'll just start heading up these stairs.
Cool. Does everyone follow him as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. This is a difficult task, moving through all these rooms and notes. Bear with me as I change you guys to a different page again.
Yeah, that's what it was like in the Tomb of the Nine Gods when you guys found that spiral staircase and you kept going up.
Congrats on reaching that.
Yeah, they just had the big final fight last.
That was awesome. All right. So, as you take the spiral staircase up, let me give you some description.
Am I by myself?
No, you should see your other people.
I don't see anybody.
It's a super tight fit.
You're never by yourself. Or maybe you're like on the other side of the door.
Oh yeah. Sorry, there was a curtain in the way, but we'll just say we moved it back. There's a tattered black curtain that you're able to easily see through.
Yeah, they're not really good at that, like little squigglies. That's a curtain.
Yeah. Yeah. So as you come up to the top of the staircase, there's a long stone corridor. You see debris and dust kind of littered about. It looks like the corridor splits off in a couple directions as you move down the way. As you come to the crossroads of this corridor, To the north, you see the collapsed ceiling where it's fallen in from above. The roof over this part of the mansion has collapsed, creating a 20-foot diameter gaping hole with broken rafters bisecting it. Dark storm clouds roll across the sky overhead. The floor is piled with rocks, broken tiles, shattered beams, and other debris. Beneath the rubble lie a sagging floor and puddles of rainwater. And you see to the south is the complete collapsed part of the manor. It looks like there's just drops off and is quite a hazardous footing. To the eastern side of the corridor, you see a couple doors, 2 stone doors.
Well, Edward says north, so let's go north.
As you continue along the way to the north, kind of wading through the debris. Okay, yeah, this place is much easier to see from outside. As you move a bit through this place, you wade through the fallen debris, and you come to the audience hall. What you see before you to the west, the west wall of this 50-foot long, 30-foot audience hall has crumbled, leaving a gaping hole in a pile of rubble. Weapons and shields that once hung from the walls have fallen to the floor and succumbed to rust. A large wooden throne, carved to resemble a dragon, with unfolding wings, faces 3 tall windows to the west. Slumped in the throne is a gaunt, armored figure with one gauntlet wrapped around the hilt of a massive greatsword. And here's what it looks like.
All right.
Is it just me, or does he kind of look like a clown?
That's rude.
I kind of look at Serva and be like, "Is that Captain Horn?"
It very likely is.
Where's his horns?
I don't. He's probably got him on a helmet or something.
Greetings, Captain Horn.
Go away. I do not wish to be bothered today.
Captain, if I may.
Do not bother me, pup. Go find your nursing mother.
The Order is my mother.
The Order is dead. Doomed. Go away now.
But who are we to let it die? It lives still. It just needs to be brought back.
We are here to help defeat Strahd and also try and find help in defeating him.
Young pup, you bring other fools. You should know, not only I, but the Order is forever doomed. You can destroy me, you can destroy our bodies, but we'll simply find a new corpse to inhabit. You cannot free us from our damnation, but neither would I wish it. Now go.
If you destroy Strahd, will you be free?
If you have come to this place simply to seek us, seek our help, we do not wish to free this land, even if it is from the creature that feasts on the blood of the innocent. Know this, there is no monster I hate more than Strahd von Zarevich. He slew the silver dragon, our Lord Argynvost, broke the life of the knight I loved, and destroyed the valiant order which I devoted my life. But Strahd has already died once. He can't be allowed to die again. Instead, he must suffer eternally in the hell of his own creation, from which he can never escape. Whatever can be done to bring him misery and unrest I will do, but I will destroy anyone who tries to end his hell, this torment he has brought upon himself.
He does anything but be in torment, my captain.
Ha! You do not know his heart. For a man is sick in love, always so close to it, but never able to grasp it. What a torture.
And you make this decision for the Order as a whole, regardless of what they think.
They follow my command without fail. Whether they wish to disobey or not, they will not disobey.
Well, too bad he's not suffering no more, because he found the reincarnation of Tatiana. And Happy Jack does a little dance.
Ha 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 ha. Do you think this is the first time he's had the clutches of a reincarnated love in his grasp, only to lose it just before the taste? You say Irina is her name. She is neither the first nor will be the last.
But aren't the people of this land more important than making Strahd suffer?
There's only ghost. There are no people here.
But there can be if something's done about it.
Nothing can be done. He will pay for his sins forever.
What can be done? What can we do to just restore something? The skull. Do you have any idea where it is?
I do not. If you had found such a thing, perhaps it would bring a bit of light back to this old place. The devil took it himself and warped it with magic I do not understand. The beast, it is haunted like the rest of us. It is not our lord.
Then I will destroy this beast.
If you do, perhaps a bit of light could return to our order. Just a bit, though. The beacon has not been lit since the fall.
I'll do what I can, Captain.
Please go. Find your wet mother and cry to her. I'm tired of this.
Yes. Before I go, Captain, has Sir Godfrey been around?
He cries and moans, just as you do. You may find him in the knight's quarters.
Yes, sir. And she'll give a bit of a bow and try to speak to him what she will, but I must go find Sir Godfrey.
Yes, is the knight's quarters in the tower?
And he kind of points. He points around the corner to the north, and then he says, "The knight's quarters are there. I am not a captain of giving directions."
Yes, I apologize. I just don't. We don't know our way around here. We're sorry to have bothered.
You must share the same wet mother as the pup, you little fool. Get out of my sight.
What?
All of you would have noticed, looked on him, that his greatsword is exquisite. It's quite large, but it is one of the most beautiful weapons you've ever seen. And silver. But you get the sense that the silver isn't its true power, that something else is about it. Just that it's an amazing looking weapon is all I'm trying to say.
All right. Now you pointed to the north, so let's go north.
Yep.
As you kind of come to the northern part of the hallway, you see more of this collapsed area to the southeast. Looks like the hallway leads to the left and to the right. The left is a curtain, tattered curtain that leads downwards, spiral staircase, and to the right you see a door open that leads to another spiral staircase that leads up.
I think that might go to your little tower, Dimitri. And he points at the staircase and does a little dance.
Yes. I think that is where we shall go then.
Let's check these doors first. Just
Ooh, the knight's quarters.
I'll have a listen at this set of doors.
Silence.
Make sure you knock. We don't want to see any of those revenants naked.
Yeah, I guess I'll open it up slowly.
Say that you're coming in, so they can be dressed.
As you look into this room, the room is a haven for dust and cobwebs. 3 narrow windows allow sliver of light to illuminate bare oak shelves along the walls, and a torn padded chair lying on its side near a cavernous hearth. A picture above the mantel has been slashed, its lower half hanging down below the frame like a torn piece of flesh. An iron door set in the south corner of the west wall hangs open on the hinge. As you look at the kind of around the room, it looks like this must have been a library or a study at some point, but no signs of. There's only one book left that you see. A sole remaining volume lies on the floor below the overturned, kind of not below, beside the overturned chair.
I'll grab the book.
As you step into the room, you hear like a deep voice, "Bringer of light. You must bring myself back to this place." And you hear the soft, flapping sound of wings. You can't really discern its origin, but a single piece of parchment blows off the top of a bookshelf, spirals lazily in the air, and lands gently at your feet. It looks like a journal page.
I'll pick it up.
This is what you see. Do you mind reading that aloud?
The Journal of Arganvoss. My knights have fallen, and this land is lost. The armies of my enemy will not be stopped by sword or spell, claw or fang. Today I will die, not avenging those who have fallen, but defending that which I love, this valley, this home, and the ideals of the Order of the Silver Dragon. The evil surrounds me. The time has come to throw off this guise, and who the remembered as a dragon of honor and valor. My one regret is that my remains will not lie in their rightful place, in the hallowed mausoleum of Argusvold. No doubt my bones will be scattered among my enemies like the coins of a plundered hoard, trophies of a hard-won victory. I do not fear death, though my body will die, my spirit will live on. Let it serve as a beacon of light against the darkness. Let it bring hope to a land wrought with despair. Now, to battle. And Serva's going to pocket it a little bit.
As you look about, you feel like a flash of light. The picture that's been slashed across the way shows the mansion in better days under the clear winter skies with snow-capped mountains in the background. The top of the chapel glows like a silver beacon streaking out into the sky. The beacon itself begins to flash with a brilliant silver light, and the spectral form of a huge silver dragon fills the room. My skull, my skull! It has been twisted and distorted into a beast of unspeakable means, a, a thing of ill omen. Return it here, and my spirit will shine here forever, bringing hope to this dark land. And the dragon's apparition fades away, as well as our session, as we call it, for the night.
Ooh.
All
Guessing.
right.
I'm guessing the mountains is where we need to go.
Oh no. We keep talking about this creature. Say where.
For all the roleplay and stuff, I'm gonna give each of you guys, we'll do like 350 apiece.
Was there XP for the battle? Sorry, I spaced out for a minute.
1,188 for battle, and then 350 for roleplay. 3 Revenants is a pretty tough battle, actually. Y'all handled it well.
Yeah, they had a lot more XP than I thought. Yeah, I thought that was gonna be like kind of like a just like a cakewalk. I thought that was just like a little mini encounter kind of thing. I was like, oh, I'll save some spells, and I was like, oh, that's not going well.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the factor of kind of the sandbox. Some things are like a pushover, and some are like, oh my god, that's more deadly than it should be.
We should not have come here this low.
Yeah. Revenants are no joke.
Especially when they have weapons.